Okay, everybody. So we made some cat videos yesterday, but I was watching them and I thought, these aren't that good. So I came back in and I decided to fix the muscles up a little bit, make them less ambiguous, or at least try. It's a very large feat for these cats considering they have a ton of connective tissue and fat all over them. But I think I might have fixed it up a little bit, maybe to help you guys out. Tried to delineate a few things to help you guys out, and so I'm going to do this again, and hopefully this will be a little better. And once again, I want to remind you guys that when you sit down for this exam, please, please, please make sure that you know what you're looking at first. So are you looking at it ventrally? Are you looking at it medially? Are you looking at it laterally? Are you looking at it dorsally? Anything like that is very, very important, and so I really, really implore you to do that first, okay? So right now, we're going to start with, you could say dorsal medial or dorsal lateral side of the cat's upper arm here. You can see that I've tried to delineate these muscles a little more for you guys. So that they're a little easier. And so remember that the upper arm, scapula, and back have these trapezius muscles. And so here, this one right here that's sort of making a triangle down toward the spine, this is the spinotrapezius right here. It sits above the latissimus dorsi. So this flap right here, if I can pull it up, this is the latissimus dorsi. It's coming from those pectoral muscles and coming diagonally backwards. Right here is that trapezius muscle that sits superficial to it. And if we go anterior to the spinotrapezius muscle, here's the Acromion Trapezius that's sitting right on top of the scapula, okay? And then of course right here is that clavotrapezius muscle that is on the neck. Now you guys also have to know some of the deltoid muscles. The best way to do that is to start by doing this diagonally from the spinotrapezius. See this large muscle right here? That is the spinodeltoid. This muscle right in front of it is the acromiodeltoid, okay? That's the acromiodeltoid. Here are your triceps, right in here. One thing I want you guys to just make sure you understand is that the muscles on the scapula are not the muscles that are on the arm. The muscles that are on the arm are the triceps and the biceps and the brachioradialis, but these, the Acromion Trapezius, the Supraspinatus, the Infraspinatus, those muscles are on the scapula, okay? So this is the Acromion Trapezius, this is the tricep, here's the spinodeltoid, spinotrapezius, Acromion Trapezius, clavotrapezius. There's also this muscle that's sitting, if I can get it up here. See this muscle right here? It's actually going towards the back and under the clavotrapezius and towards the front. That is the Levator Scapulae, okay? This muscle right here, that's the clavobrachialis that's coming over the shoulder and down the arm, all right? All right, let's do that one more time, okay? Latissimus dorsi, spinotrapezius, acromiotrapezius, Levator Scapulae, spinodeltoid, acromiodeltoid. Here are your tricep heads right here. Clavobrachialis and clavotrapezius. Okay, so muscles of the back leg, I wasn't able to get them as good as I wanted to, but I have them on two cats, so I'll just show you on both and maybe that'll help. If I just can't find a way to delineate them properly, I won't put them on the exam, but you should know them regardless. The glutes, for instance, are very important. You should know them if you're going to go into physical therapy or even med school. So let's start actually up here. Here are those obliques right there, right? So here's the latissimus dorsi again. It's sitting superficial to these obliques. If we come to the back leg, this right here is the superficial muscle. That is the biceps femoris. This muscle right here. You see this muscle right here? It took me forever to uncover it, but this is the cauda femoralis. Right here. Right next to it, this is supposed to be the gluteus medius, but I'm afraid I kind of messed it up, or maximus, I'm sorry. This is the gluteus maximus. I kind of messed it up a little bit, and then the gluteus medius is right here. One way you can tell this is the gluteus maximus is you see it sort of coming around and sort of meeting the tensor muscle right here. This is that tensor fasciolata muscle right here. The gluteus maximus comes up and sort of connects to it, as you can see right here. And then the medius is right here. So this big muscle right here, that's the medius, the maximus, the tensor muscle, and then the sartorius muscle is coming up and peeking over the top of the leg right here. There's some fat on top of it, but there are other cats that have it a lot better. There's one other muscle, just to make sure. You see this muscle that's sort of sticking out from under this fasciolata right here? That's the vastus lateralis, okay? Those are the quadriceps. Or one of the quadriceps. It's right under that sheet of connective tissue. So remember that fasciolata is that sheet of connective tissue that's coming from that tensor muscle and going down the leg right here. So I pulled some of it off to uncover that vastus muscle. All right, let's do this one more time, okay? Biceps femoris, cauda-femoralis, gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, tensor, sartorius, and fasciolata vastus lateralis. Okay, we're going to go through all of these on this cat one more time, starting from up here. Latissimus Dorsi, Trapezius, Acromion Trapezius, Levator Scapulae, Trapezius, Spinodeltoid, Acromiodeltoid, triceps. Latissimus Dorsi, Trapezius, Acromion Trapezius, Levator Scapulae, Trapezius, Spinodeltoid, Acromiodeltoid, triceps. Obliques. Biceps femoris, gluteus maximus, cauda-femoralis, gluteus medius, tensor fasciolata, this connective tissue, vastus lateralis, and the sartorius. All right, here are the chest muscles. These are the superficial chest muscles, okay? Not deep, superficial. Once again, make sure you know whether you're looking at superficial or deep musculature, so you know, sort of you can narrow down what muscles you may be looking at if you're having a few problems. All right. These I've gone over with you guys several times, so you guys should be getting relatively familiar with them, right? So the pectoralis major muscle starts up here, it starts up at the very top, and it runs under the pectoralis, which is this most superficial muscle of the chest muscles. However, the pectoralis major has been split open here, and so we'll start with the pectoralis. It's this bar. I poorly delineated it. I apologize. It's a little hard to separate them without just cutting into them anyway. So this is the pectoralis. Here's the pectoralis major that comes right back under it and makes a V towards the sternum, okay? Here's the pectoralis minor, and this is the xiphi humerales. You just need to remember the order and you'll be fine, right? Pectoralis, pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, and the xiphi humerales. This muscle right here on the arm, that is the epitrochlearis, okay? Here's your clavobrachialis again right here. Your clavotrapezius is once again the neck muscle right up in here. Here's the obliques that are coming out from under the chest muscles. Your rectus abdominis is right here in the center. Here's the linea alba, which is that line that separates both ventral sides. So obliques, rectus abdominis, linea alba. Let's go through these again. We'll start here. Epitrochlearis, clavobrachialis, pectoantebrachialis, pectoralis major, pectoralis minor, and the xiphi humerales. Okay? All right. All right, so now on to the inner thigh. This is another one of those order things where if you remember the order, you should be okay. I've clearly delineated them a lot better here for you guys. This cut piece right here that's been pushed over, that is that gracilis muscle that sits on the inner thigh. And this muscle right here, this large muscle, this is the sartorius muscle that we saw peeking its head out over on the lateral side of the thigh. This muscle right here down at the bottom that's sort of coming from the back and attaching to the front right here, this is the semitendinosus, okay? And right above it is the semimembranosus, and then right above that is the adductor femoris, right above that is the adductor longus. Here's your pectineus muscle right here, and the iliopsoas, okay? Let's go over that again. Semitendinosus, semimembranosus, adductor femoris, adductor longus, pectineus, and the iliopsoas, Sartorius gracilis, okay? Now let's go all the way down from the top to the bottom. Pecto antebrachialis, Pectoralis Major, Pectoralis Minor, Xiphi humerales, Epitrochlearis. Did I already say clavobrachialis, clavotrapezius? Here's your obliques. Here's the rectus abdominis. Into the leg, you got your semitendinosus, your semimembranosus, adductus femoris, adductor longus, your pectineus, and your iliopsoas, sartorius, and the gracilis is pulled over here. One more muscle you guys should know, just in general, there's muscles within it, but this is the gastrocnemius, okay? Okay, so now let's do the deep musculature of the shoulder, or the scapula, and of course we have the arm again. So once again, make sure you know whether you're looking at the scapula or the arm. It'll help you out immensely, okay? I'm actually going to dislocate this a little bit, right? Okay, so here's the supraspinatus, the infraspinatus, okay? Then of course your triceps are along the arm again. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus. These are some of the rhomboideus muscles here. This one in particular, I believe you actually do have to know, that's the rhomboideus capitis, okay? You'll know it's the rhomboideus capitis because, well, that's pretty obvious to me. It's the only one that goes up that far from the dislocated shoulder to the top of the neck. So that's the rhomboideus capitis. Your splenius is right here, okay? Let's go over this again. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus, your triceps, splenius, and rhomboideus capitis. And I also just want to point out, peeking out from under the infraspinatus, here is that teres major muscle looking at it from the other side. Okay, that's the teres major looking at it from this side. Supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres major, the triceps, rhomboideus capitis, splenius, and then you have your coracobrachialis right up in here. Coracobrachialis. Okay, hind limb again, just for you guys. Here's your biceps femoris. Here's your cauda femoralis.